Okay, so I am going to cook some spam on my little skillet I've got in a bit, which I might do on my Trangia, because I think it's going to rain, so I might not have a fire today. So I haven't got a spatula, I've just only got my spoon. I don't really like to use a metal spoon on my skillet, so I'm going to make a spatula, just a bog standard little simple spatula to use with my skillet. You can make these, you can bring them with you, or you can make them while you're out here. You just need to find a log of some description about 2 inches, chop it in half, and then just kind of flatten out the one end and make a bit of a handle. So I'm going to do that now. I'm trying to find some wood, and then yeah, get it chopped up. I've got my TBS Lynx with me, the bush tool, the big one. So, and I've also got my Silky Gone Boy to chop up the log if I can find one. So I might actually have a log here somewhere that I can use. So I have got some stuff already cut up over here actually, just remembered. The motorway is starting to kick in now, so it is a little bit loud, so it is what it is. So I think I want something a bit wider than this though. Now that should be pretty fine. As you can see, it's kind of already got that kind of shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and split it a little bit more so it's thinner, and then just shape a handle of some description. So I'll bring you back in a minute when I'm doing that. Okay, so I have brought my kind of chopping block that I created over from the chopping area and where the sawhorse is. So as I say, I'm going to try and make this into a little spatula. Now I haven't got an axe to shape it, so I'm going to use the bush tool, Lynx bush tool from TBS, and my mallet to kind of shape it and bring it down to size. So at the moment it is a little bit wide, so I'm going to take some off the back. There is a knot there, so we'll have to see if it kind of breaks through the knot. So I'm going to put my knife on the back and just bat on it through. This is quite a thick piece, so I'm just taking it easy. So it has taken some of the back off. So I think this time I'm going to put it on the back, the other end, try and split some off. So as you can see, it is kind of reducing it down. Same again, I'm going to try and make it a little bit thinner now. Now, as you can see, I've got 2 kind of decently thin pieces here now. I think what I'm going to do, that's got quite a nice knot in the end of that. So I'm going to try and get rid of all this bark. Now, when I'm cutting, make sure that you get your fingers out of the way, behind the piece. Now, I like to come side on and push down. Keep your arm straight and use the perry of your shoulder and the weight of your body to push down on the wood. If you just use your arm, you're using your bicep and your tricep, mainly your tricep in this case, and you're going to tire easy. So keep your arm locked, use the weight of your body and the power of your body to push down on the knife to take off the material. Just take it easy, don't put too much pressure on, and just take off bits at a time. So this has got quite a nice shape to it anyway. I don't need a massive spatula, so I think what I'm going to do is cut a couple of stop cuts in it, and then just chisel it out with my knife and the hammer. So I don't need a massively big end. So cut through about 2/3 of the way. Cut through about 2/3, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the knife. So again, push down, just control it with your thumb, use a controlled kind of push cut, and just take some material away. Just a little bit at a time. Okay, like so. And same again, controlled push cut, use the weight of your body, and then use your thumb just to kind of push it down as well. A little bit more. Okay, now I've got that, I can kind of try and use my knife, try and chip some away. As I say, I haven't got an axe with me today, so I'm kind of just making do with what I've got. So just chop away at it. There's probably lots of people out there saying you shouldn't be chopping with your knife. Well, me personally, it's my knife. If I want to, I will. As long as you're safe with it, get your legs out the way, chip off the material. You could always do it this way if you want to, so you might take a little bit off too much, but just gently tap your knife in, work your way down. Now I've got a feeling that's going to snap too far now, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my saw again and saw to that crack. I can see where the crack is. Just going to cut it away. This ain't got to be perfect, people. It's just a quick and easy spatula. So now I've took that away. I might put my knife on again. Just give it a tap. I can see where the crack is. So I'll take my saw. There you go. Kind of straight. And then same again. See if I can get it to work this time. There you go. So split to there. If you want to control it a little bit more, you could put relief cuts in with your saw at certain points to kind of control where the split's going to be. So like that, put a saw blade in, and now you can break off the bit that you don't want. Okay, I'm going to give it a quick chop. Just reduce the size of the handle. As I say, this is nothing pretty, it's just to use today and potentially leave here. So, same again. Use the knife, hand out the way, just push down, use your body, take off some of the material. Just use your thumb, push down. There is probably a lot better ways of doing this. Not having the straight bit at the end, but it's literally just a spatula to cook today. So, if you want to take quite a bit of material off, obviously you've got the straight cut, which is what you can use here. So push down by taking the material off. Push cut, just push it away from you. Taking off the material, make sure that knife's pointing away from you at all times, and just kind of reduce it, turn it round, take a bit off. You're just taking a bit off the handle. Always make sure your fingers are out the way and always plan your cut. Okay, let's just use a push cut now. Just use your thumb and the end of the blade to kind of tidy it up a touch around the handle. And now what I am going to do is just reduce the size of the end bit for doing the actual kind of spatulaing, if that is actually a word. So nice and simple. I'm just going to put my knife on top and just pull away and just take little layers off at a time, just to reduce the size of the actual spatula. Just keep going, keep chopping little bits off, maybe turn it around, take a bit off the back. Every time you're slicing, it's a planned cut, it's not just whacking at it. So it is getting slightly thinner now, so I'm just going to keep going, reduce the thickness, the end of the spatula, flip it over again, do the same again, and eventually you will see it is starting to get slightly thinner. So just keep going, keep going. As I say, this is only to just push some spam around, so it's not going to be nothing drastic, just so it's thin enough so you can kind of maybe get it underneath the piece of spam and just flip it over. So just keep going. And then, you know what, for what I need it to do today, I think that's going to be fine. Just take a bit more off the handle maybe, as it is quite thick at the top here. But to be honest with you, what I actually need it to do today, I think that's going to be perfectly fine. Right then, so I've had a little bit of readjust at camp, so it is starting to rain, and I think it's going to rain for a bit. So I've kind of readjusted the tarp so I can sit fully under it and I can cook my spam. So I'll put it on a diagonal instead and just tied it off that way. So yeah, I'm actually right under it now, so hopefully I shouldn't get too wet. Okay, so because of the weather, I've decided to do my spam on my Trangia. So it's all full up, ready to go, the Trangia. I've got my lighter, which is here somewhere. Lighter. And then I'm going to use this little skillet. Now, this has been oiled 2, 3, 4 times, so it shouldn't stick. So it's a nice cast iron skillet. It's the same as the one that Simon, a bloke in the woods, uses, because I asked him where he got it from. And it's, yeah, it's nice, it works, big enough for 1 or even 2 people. So food-wise, I have got, just to finish off another snack, because it's now 6:20. I have got a mug shot, which I don't really want. So I have got just some pork and ham, or cheap spam, basically. So we're going to get the pan warmed up. I might not have the whole tin, so I might take some home with me. So let's get the Trangia going. And then let's get me pan on. And some, put a bit of oil in the pan so it's not going to stick too much. Now, I haven't got my chopping board or anything with me, so I'm going to have to just use my Swiss Army knife to cut the spam and hope for the best. Because it's silly me, I didn't plan ahead, did I? Took a little bit more off the spatula, so it's got a little bit more of a thin edge now. So yeah, hopefully it should work. So it's going to spread the oil around there. Put a little bit too much oil on, but it's okay. I do just like spam anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to let that warm up now. So it'll take a few minutes for the Trangia to fully get going. If it is taking a while to kind of warm up, if you blow on it, it should start to bloom a bit quicker. I find you're warming up the I use bioethanol, so warming up the bioethanol a bit quicker. Because how a Trangia works is it burns inside. As it warms up, the gases that come out through the holes actually like kind of reburn to a certain extent. So so it burns a lot hotter. It does take a while to get going when the Trangia is quite full. So I'm just going to put the skillet back on. Just let that warm up nicely. And I have got some salt and pepper and some like a chili rub type stuff in my little I think this is Wildo. Is it Wildo? Is it something like that? Wildo little salt pepper shaker thing. It's got like 3 little compartments on it. So just got to let that pan warm up now. Being cast iron, it will take a while to warm up. As I say, I was going to have a fire, but because of the weather, I don't think I am going to bother. So I'm just going to take that off a minute just to give the Trangia a chance to get going. Let the wind get to it. So as you can see now, it's starting to get a little bit more flame to it. It's starting to come through the holes. So now I'm going to put the pan back on. So I think that should start warming up nicely now. So I'm just going to wait for the oil to start warming up. I have got as well my gloves handy for if the handle is hot. So I'll put them here as well. This little mat I've got here, it's the One Tigris like bushcraft mat. I can't remember what it's fully called, and I will put the name on the screen. But you can turn it into a chair and stuff like that. It is like just like a canvas type material. It is a little bit waterproof, but it works. So the pan and the oil is starting to warm up a bit now, so I am going to open up the Spam. So it's an old school tin with the key on the bottom, which I think is just ace. So get the key off. It is raining a bit now, I don't know if you can hear it, but my phone's just underneath the tarp, so hopefully my phone won't get too wet. So just unwind the can. And then we've got nice, cheap Spam pork and ham. So I'm not going to take it fully out the tin. I might just cut. I'm going to cut some slices off and throw them in the pan. So I am going to have Spam all over my hands and my knife and everything. So everything I need a good wash when I get back. This is probably not the safest way to be chopping Spam, but it works. So there's 3 pieces. So as you can see, it's sizzling away nicely, and this, as I say, this pan has been seasoned quite a few times, so it doesn't stick to it now, so which is pretty good. So as you can see, the Trangia is proper giving it some now. So, and the cast iron, as most people know, it keeps the heat for a long while, so it will keep cooking after the Trangia kind of runs out. So there is a sticky spot just there, which tells me that needs a bit more seasoning, that part. Just give that a scrape off. But spatula's working fine. Give them a little flip over. I have got one more wipe in my ration bag, so I think I might get that out ready for when we're finished. So I'm going to put some pepper and the red kind of chili stuff on. So it's cooking away nicely now. Give it another flip. Yeah, so I'm just going to let this warm up. I'll probably have 2 lots, to be honest, but I'm going to keep you around for that. And then once I've eaten all this, and pack up camp and head off. Okay, so the second lot of spam's all cooked. Now, most people should know that you shouldn't use washing up liquid or anything like that on your cast iron because it gets rid of the seasoning. So what I personally do is get rid of any oil, scrape off any bits of food. Now the oil that's on there will help it kind of re-season, but you do want to give it a bit of a wash to get rid of anything on it. So I just put a bit of you see how hot it is, a bit of cold water on it, let it warm up, glove back on because the handle is red hot, and then just use your spatula just to give it a bit of a scrape. Get rid of any excess water, which will probably just boil away anyway because of how hot it is. Then take a tissue and just give it a wipe over. This is kind of a bit of a field clean, but when you get back you can give it a really good, better clean. But just when we're out here, you just want it to be clean enough so you can stick it back in your pouch. So we've got rid of most of the bits of spam. Still on the heat. What I'm going to do is put some oil back in there. These little Nalgene bottles are amazing. I think it was like just like a toiletry kit that they do, and I've used it for loads of different stuff, not toiletries. So same again, glove on your hand because the handle is going to be hot, and just kind of spread the oil around. Use the tissue to oil the pan again. So you're just making sure that every time you're using it, you're re-oiling it. You can oil the bottom just to kind of make it non-stick as well. And then there isn't much transient fuel, much fuel left, so I'm going to let that just cook away. Now the pan is going to stay hot for a long time, so if you want to get gone ASAP after you've used this, then you need to plan ahead. But there's the spam, nicely cooked. So I'm just going to eat the rest bit of this. Wait for the pan to kind of warm up so it starts to smoke, and then I'll probably take it off to cool down. Right, camp is all packed away. Didn't bother recording it because it's just packing away. One thing I would like to say though is if you are going to come out into a public woodland and use areas for what I do, bushcraft, cooking food, so on, always make sure that you leave clean and tidy. Now, I've picked up all my rubbish, any rubbish that was already here, I've picked up, because obviously you can tell that someone's here using it, same as my little camp down there, but always leave it clean and tidy, because if someone does find it, hopefully they'll leave it alone because it's nice and tidy. If it's covered in rubbish and stuff and whatever, people will come here and make it a mess themselves. So, but yeah, but thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again soon. Please like and subscribe and join up to my Facebook and Instagram. I'll put on there when there's new videos out and tips, tricks and stuff over the next few months. I want to try and build up my subscriber list, so please subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, family. I'm just a normal bloke who's just sharing his experiences. So thank you, and I need to learn to look into that camera there. See ya, mate.